I'm tired of losing to Arsenal at Stamford Bridge every time. The crazy part is I'm not even shocked anymore. Two ridiculous mistakes, one passive defense, and Arsenal didn't even get out of second gear. I'm honestly tired of the context, I'm tired of the excuses, and I'm tired of watching us make this fixture easy for them every single year, especially at home. Because this wasn't bad luck, this was self-sabotage again. All right, y'all, let's just get into it, man. Chelsea 2, Arsenal 3, first leg of the Carabao semifinal at Stamford Bridge. And honestly, this one just leaves a horrible taste in my mouth. Not because we were hopeless and not because Arsenal, were unplayable. It's because, as usual, we just handed the win to them. 7 minutes into this game, they get a corner. Obviously, there's a scramble. We know they're, the best at corners when it comes to taking them in the Premier League. They score a bunch of goals. And Robert Sanchez, man, I don't even know what he's thinking. But from a guy who's almost redeemed himself this season, I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know why he didn't just grab the ball. So Ben White obviously puts it in, 1-0 Arsenal. And just like that, 7 minutes into the game, we're already fighting for our lives. It sucks too because you're at home at Stamford Bridge in a semi-final first leg. This is a game that you're supposed to control. This is a game where, worst case, I would have been happy with a draw, right? Because at least it gives us a chance, although be it a small chance at the Emirates, we could potentially do something. But I mean, every single time Arsenal get a set piece against us, especially, it feels like it's a penalty, right? They're ruthless at them. And we just suck at defending them. And that combination is just a nightmare because there's really no way of stopping it, right? And from then on, Arsenal didn't stop, right? They didn't panic. They just managed the game. There was moments where we had the ball, we had control, we had a lot of possession, but it just felt harmless. And every single time Sanchez had the ball, he looked shaky, right? He didn't know how to play out from the back in a comfortable way. Arsenal saw that. Arsenal pressed him every single time. And you could just sense they knew what they were doing and they were just waiting for that moment, for that next error from Sanchez. Then we go into the half, 1-0 obviously, but it didn't feel like we were building anything, to be honest. It felt like Arsenal were letting us have the ball at times because they didn't respect what we were going to do. And when you have guys like Mark Guehi up top, like against Gabriel and Saliba, what do you really think is going to happen, right? He's going to get bullied all night. He's not going to be able to break through those two. Those two were having a field day, whether it's offensively, defensively. Mark Guehi was not making an impact in this game. And this is where I need to stop some people, right? Because I know there's a lot of Chelsea fans, especially on Twitter, that are thinking, and posting that, this wasn't bad. This was a close game. We didn't have a lot of our guys. That's exactly the problem. Because Arsenal didn't beat us by being better than us. Right? They beat us because they were more calmer, they used more intelligence, and they were ruthless when they needed to be. And that's why this defeat hurts the way it does. So then the second half obviously gets into gear. 48th minute into the game, disaster strikes again. Ball gets squared across the box by Ben White, I believe. And Sanchez again. I don't know what he's doing, but he just doesn't grab the ball, right? He lets it go straight through. And honestly, I'm not even dressing that up. It's not unlucky. That's just one of those things where he has to grab the ball and hold on to it, and he didn't, right? So another huge mistake. Gyökeres, I can't believe that guy scored against us, but Gyökeres taps it in, 2-0 Arsenal. At this point, I was livid, guys. I was screaming at the television, cussing out Sanchez in like 3-4 different languages. Because this is a semi-final, right? This is at home. This is unacceptable. Sanchez, you've made such a turnaround this year. I was actually rooting for you. I thought you actually turned a corner. You were playing a lot better. You were commanding the last time we played Arsenal. I remember you coming out there, grabbing every ball, jumping in and stopping every corner. But this game, it's like you just reverted back to factory settings. What the hell happened? This was a completely unexpected and unacceptable performance from Sanchez. I honestly, at this point, guys, was super dejected. I literally wanted to turn off the screen Because it just feels like every single time we play this club, man, every single time, whether it's Arsenal, Man United, these two clubs are like the bane of my existence. No matter how good we are, no matter how bad they are at times, we still can't beat these guys. And then the 57th minute, Pedro Neto puts in a dangerous ball across the box, goes to Garnacho, fresh off the bench, and he finishes it beautifully. 2-1 Arsenal at that point. And then suddenly Stamford Bridge wakes up, right? Suddenly there's a little bit of belief. I start getting a little bit more positive. I start believing that, hey, maybe we can actually come back in this game. Maybe we have a chance of tying this 2-2 because, I felt like something had clicked at that point. But I was wrong because we know our club. And whenever we start believing that something's about to change, that inexperience, that naive mindset or belief that our players have always comes back to haunt us. 71st minute and our defense completely are caught flat-footed, half asleep. Zubimendi literally strolls across the box, no pressure, no urgency. And he just literally passes it into the corner, right? And I don't even know what to say at that point. It was great movement from him. It was a tidy, nice little finish. But guys, like someone needs to check him. Someone needs to put a body on him. And that was way too easy for him to just walk in there and slot it into the corner. So, 3-1 at that point. Arsenal, it's starting to kind of look bleak again. Dire settings. At that point, I'm thinking it's over. We're not coming back from this. It's probably going to get even worse. And then Garnacho keeps us alive again, right? 83rd minute, corner for us. Ball drops straight to Garnacho. Clean half volley. Scores again. And then it's that hope, right? It's that hope that kills you because 2-3, we're thinking, hey, we have a chance. We could do this again. A couple of minutes left on the clock. But obviously, like, we know how this story will end, right? We tried our best, but we couldn't really do anything at that point. Arsenal did what they were supposed to do at that point. They literally just slowed down the game, killed the momentum, and saw out a professional win at that point at Stamford Bridge away from home. So here's the reality, right? Like, Arsenal weren't at their best. Like I said, they didn't even get off second gear. They controlled this tie without ever being in any kind of panic. And the reality is that we lost at home again to Arsenal. So when people talk about all these excuses, talk about all these circumstances, I don't care. I don't want to hear about injuries. I don't want to hear about suspensions. I don't want to hear about guys being rested. I don't want to hear about context in this point, right? Because I'm sick and tired of losing to these guys. I'm sick and tired of losing to Man United. I'm sick and tired of losing to all these top 6 clubs because, we just lack that experience. We lack that killer instinct. We lack that mentality to see out these games. Because essentially, we've just killed ourselves for this tie. Like, we lost at home, and now we're going to go to the Emirates and expect to have a big win? Come on, guys. Like, let's be realistic here. Like, the way we are playing right now, the way we are as a club, the way we're run as an institution has put us in this place, right? And when was the last time that we ever did anything spectacular against the Big 16? In recent history, it's hard to remember. So, like I said, I'm just tired of losing. I'm tired of making things easy for these clubs. And I'm tired of walking away saying at least it was close, right? I'm tired of saying that. This is not Chelsea Football Club. This is not how our club operates. And, I'm just frustrated. I really don't know what else to say for this video, guys. So let me know what you think in the comments. Am I being too harsh, or, am I just a fed up fan at this point? And do you see things the same way that I see? So let me know what your thoughts are, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.